Welcome to the Intellectual Freedom Movement. I'm your host, Harvey Dent, and tonight I, of course, have some more interesting coincidences for you. Is it a coincidence that there is a county historical landmark in Thousand Oaks, California, named the Crowley House? I thought it was a coincidence, so I decided to go and do some research on it and found very little information on it, except for the fact that it was owned by the Parks and Recreation. After a drought in 1876 bankrupted the Newberry family, the land was foreclosed and sold to the Crowley family in 1887, who built a successful ranch on the land. In 1910, Frank Crowley's parents built him a 5-bedroom, 2-story home on the land that is located on Pleasant Way, and they lived there until 1922. Well, not much information. One more tidbit: the Crowley House was nicknamed the Mother of Thousand Oaks as it was converted into a real estate office for the first Conejo Valley housing development. Well, if I go type in Mother of Thousand Oaks now, this is what I get. Coincidence that there's a historical landmark in the city of a mass casualty event that carries the name Crowley House, as in Aleister Crowley? Could there be possibly a connection to Aleister Crowley and this city or this area of Conejo Valley that was established, developed, and built around the 1920s when Aleister Crowley was doing big things? The wickedest man in the world, born Edward Alexander Crowley, he is primarily known for his occult writings and teachings. He founded the religion of Thelema, which became adopted by the O.T.O. Templis Orientis. Oh, that's right, O.T.O. Aleister Crowley. He's a Freemason. He was the biggest Freemason, such a big Freemason that they created basically a religion or philosophy for their members to live under. Thelema, the religion known as Thelema, was founded in 1904 by Aleister Crowley and basically was adopted by the Freemasons. Those who follow the path of Thelema are called Thelemites. Thelema emphasizes individualism, uniqueness of each person's will. As a result, it's very difficult to make blatant statements. Basically, it's do as thou wilt is their motto. Yes, all this information is right there on the U.S. Grand Lodge website, where they can only offer you, a tidbit of information. And then if you're interested in joining, or you have enough people to co-sign for you to join, then you might be able to experience what the freakiness they have to offer is. Let's see what their program is: to create, maintain, and promote a structured society of men and women within the United States who are united by their acceptance of the law of Thelema, by a common interest in magic, yoga, and hermetic science, by the common experience of ceremonial initiation and sacramental ritual, by common pledges of fidelity, cooperation, and mutual aid, by certain common ideals, namely individual liberty, self-discipline, self-knowledge, universal brotherhood, and opposition to tyranny, superstition, and oppression. And then number 2 is to manage and govern the society in substantial conformance with the principles. So they're against tyranny, but they want to be tyrants. To make sure they live by the rules written by their god, Aleister Crowley, and to provide certain benefits to the members of the society, including but not limited to participation in sacramental rituals, social community, entertainment, pastoral guidance. So if you become one of them, you get to have certain benefits, like opportunities for creative expression, community service, and development of beneficial social and professional relationships. See, this is a great club. Of course, all personal information is kept private. There's a non-discrimination rule because they want to include everyone, women, all races, doesn't matter. They need to include everyone so they can help push their agenda. And yes, it is, of course, a Masonic organization. And without the Jewish, there wouldn't be Masons. So these are the lower level Masons. That's why all are accepted, all are welcome. So would you like to get a realistic view of just how much influence this fool Crowley has had on our society? Go type in Crowley on Google and look at all the news stories that come up with this name. the name is not that popular. Yes, not that popular, but the whole North American chapter of the Masons and beyond, maybe most of the Masons throughout the world, look to this guy like he is a prophet, like he is their Jesus. Bet I find something you recognize with Crowley in it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. David Crowley. Remember, this is the guy that killed his wife and daughter. He was a former Army vet and a conspiracy theorist. And yeah, they ruled it a murder-suicide. If I recall correctly, he was working on a documentary, Gray State, where he was going to reveal all the conspiracies. I remember Richie from Boston reporting on him.
Viral more than any other video on YouTube right now, in my opinion. I'm at the cover of Veterans Today right now, the website. I'll leave a link in the description. This is talking about a crime that occurred back in January 19th of 2015. An Army veteran filmmaker, David Crowley, and his family, his wife and his 5-year-old daughter, were all found murdered in their home. Why am I bringing this up? Because this guy is on a short list with Breitbart, Aaron Russo, Bill Cooper, Hastings, anyone else that actually tried to tell people the real truth. Not the co-opted truth, not the watered down halfway.
What a piece of shit lying hypocrite. Well, if you guys didn't know, Richie from Boston is a shill. Yeah, he is paid opposition or paid disinfo or paid distraction. Whatever it is, he ain't gonna give you the real news. Of course, the public or mainstream media spin on it was he killed his family, and Richie's controlled opposition spin on it was it was a murder. They took him out because he had too much information. Another coincidence that this PSYOP suspect or perpetrator happened to have the last name Crowley? It's a coincidence, right? Just like a coincidence that the first real estate office of Conejo Valley housing development just happened to be named the Crowley House in the very same city, Thousand Oaks, that a Masonic PSYOP was orchestrated. Conejo Valley and the cities within it were built by the Masons for the Masons' agenda to do just what they did last week. Bad news is, that isn't the only city in America with tributes to Aleister Crowley. Who'd have thought this ugly Uncle Fester looking ass dude would have an entire population of subhuman Masonic puppets all thinking that they are a part of this big plan, laughing and giggling while they're taking part in it because, they know that the majority of the people out there are none the wiser, when the whole time the joke is on them because they have not a chance. They too, just like the masses, have been tricked into service to Lucifer while celebrating their motto, do what thou wilt, until you find your truth. Keep looking.